Halo guys, hari ini gue bakal mainin Sherlock Holmes Crimes of Punishment. Ini game udah lama sih keluarnya, cuman karena kemarin lagi ada free di Epic Games, jadi gue cobain aja gamenya. Game ini menceritakan soal ya detektif Sherlock Holmes. Dia nanti bakal memecahkan beberapa kasus, memecahkan 6 kasus sih kalau yang gue baca-baca ya, dengan ending yang berbeda-beda. Jadi kita langsung main aja. Oke, ini kasus pertama ya. The Fate of Black Peter. Deduction space icon indicates that some of who can form an important deduction improving. Oh, di sini kayaknya ada ya ini deduction. Jadi kita bisa ngededuction beberapa clue gitu buat dapetin something yang bisa mau kita lakuin apa berikutnya. Oh, kita disuruh take cover berarti.
Holmes, will you stop that?
Sini.
You are utterly mad.
Bisa ketembak nggak ya? Coba. Oh, dia ngarep sini.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Press tab to open casebook and check your current progress in the investigation. Ini tasnya, investigate the murder of Peter Carey, inspect the crime scene at Woodmansley, select a suit to wear using personal wardrobe, and join Lestrade at Woodmansley. The fate of Black Peter. Peter pay a visit to Baker Street, where he relates to Holmes the growth gua gak tau baca apa. Affair that involved the former captain known as Black Peter. Tasnya ini map. Yep. Oh, ini evidence-nya. Profile-nya. Dia well hunter. Masih kosong, dialog sebentar. Souvenir echoes. Karakter, ada karakter portraitnya. Oke, sekarang
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
oke.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Oh, shit. My eyes. It's burned.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
What a mess.
This is where I keep my post.
Oke.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Jadi nanti kita bisa ke archive ini kayaknya buat, nggak tahu sih. Nanti coba lihat.
My archive. I can always consult with it if...
Oh. Ini tadi ada misi, ada misinya kan ya. Buat ganti baju. Sekarang kita ganti baju dulu. Tapi coba sini ada apa ya? Oh, nggak ada apa-apa. Kita ganti baju dulu. Jadi, oh, baju banyak ya. Oh, ini masih ke-lock, masih belum bisa dipakai. Mungkin nanti bakal kebuka. Ya, kita ini aja, ke sosut. Oke, good to go. Ini apa? Oh, ini Watson room. Watson itu kayak sidekicknya Sherlock Holmes gitu ya, di komik lagi. Di novelnya juga kayak gitu, di beberapa filmnya juga kayak gitu. Ya nggak ada apa-apa di sini. Jadi harusnya kita udah nggak kemana-mana. Oh, oke. Kita langsung ke Woodmansley. Di jalan sambil loading kita bisa analisa sendiri nanti evidence apa aja, dokumennya apa aja, sampai nyampe. Ya, ini udah nyampe. Ya, kita turun.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Join Lestrade. Gua pronounce dia Lestrade aja ya, kayak lebih keren. Kayak Bellatrix Lestrade. Lestrange harusnya. Apaan tuh? Coba. Nah. Concentrate your attention on finding details that others are inclined to overlook. Oh, footprints. Footprints.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Dia ngasih tahu kalau jejak sepatunya ini cukup besar dan harusnya ya minimal milik orang dewasa. Ngapain ya? Kita muter-muter kesini bisa nggak? Oh bisa. Terus ada apa yang bisa dilihat, yang bisa di-examine? Wah itu dia tuh mayatnya, Black Peter.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Garden as well maintained. Oh, dimasuk evidence juga. The garden and the fields are well kept. A capable gardener works here. Oh, ini ngasih tau kita kalau harusnya sini ada tukang kebun. There are unidentified footprints left recently on a patch of wet earth at Woodmansley. Perhaps I could find a pair of boots that would match them. Oh, menurut dia tuh ada jejak kaki nggak dikenal, jadi mungkin dia bisa nemuin sepatu yang cocok sama jejak kaki itu.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Polisi. Oh, belum saksi nih. Berarti ya udah kita samperin dia aja.
Mr. Holmes?
Semua polisi di sini ngomongnya sama ya?
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes. Oke, udah. Ayo.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Sekarang kita harus nanya nih kayaknya sama dia. Oke, kita tanyain dulu.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Evening before the murder.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter
No,
got
the
drunk in
lady.
the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
When was the body found?
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Did he have visitors?
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
So there is no gardener. Apa ya? Backward. Oh. Birdhouse, gardening gloves, crested teeth, mantu. Catholic rosary. Oh, karakter portrait.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Pilgrimage. Gue gak tau sih arti
You
pilgrimage.
undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Kayaknya tadi state yang gua disuruh pencet Q itu state yang bakal mempengaruhi. Kita berhasil interogasi dia. Kita berhasil nganalisa apa enggak. Kayak important question gitu loh. Mungkin. Tapi segini enggak? Oh, nggak bisa. Duh. Kita balik ke Lestrade.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Okay.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Lestrade. Byakugan lagi nih, kita pakai Byakugan. Kita sebut dia Byakugan ya sekarang. Hugan. Door lock. Oke, kita examine. Taruh lagi nggak yang lain?
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Amatiran berarti yang nyoba. Oh, udah bisa dibuka sekarang. Nah, kita udah lihat tadi luar.
What a terrible way to die.
Yeah, what a terrible day. Terrible way to die. Astaga.
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Oh, Byakugan. Shelf, suspiciously empty space. Oh iya.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Oke. Jadi ada box di sana. Menurut dia ya, ada box di sana yang diambil sama orang. Tapi nggak tahu diambil itu apa dan diambil sama siapa.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Evidence yang udah ada adalah outline in the dust, yang harusnya ada kotak. Ini apa? Ship blocks. Oh, lock shipnya dia. Pilgrimage. Woman with an energy life due to her unhappy marriage with Peter. She's very religious Christian Catholic woman under. Ini istrinya dia yang tadi. Tapi emang sih kelihatan pernikahannya nggak menyenangkan karena dia takut banget sama si Peter, Black Panther. Black Peter. Oke, belum ada lagi.
Harpoons for hunting whales.
Oh, dia ditusuk pakai harpun ini nih. Kurang satu tuh. Wooden chest. Ada sepatu nih.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
Sama nggak ya sama yang di luar tadi?
Old
Yep,
navigation
navigation
instruments.
tools.
Nothing interesting.
Oke. If you say so. Tetap. Kita lihat lagi, evidence sudah nambah. Some of the evidence can be used in the investigation and will be marked with specific icon. Oh, dia juga bisa nih. Dialog. Coba nanti gue ngomong lagi sama istrinya. Ini kita coba di luar nanti.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Lagi nggak ya? Garden map.
Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
Oke, itu rute dia kalau whale hunting. Table ya, kita examine dulu.
Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
PC. Pakai itu pembunuhnya. Isinya apa nih?
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct.
Rotate and move the elements to form a clear picture of aromatic association. Oh, ini kayak kapal nih. Ini bisa di move. Bentar. Oke, samain dulu.
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Among sailors. Oke, sekarang mayatnya.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
Iya, gile. Kayak dilempar
Peter
gitu.
Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
Bisa.
This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Jadi kita ada PC, ada JHN.
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Kita open.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Deduction time. Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Break-in attempts. Or not? Oh, kita suruh make an ambush. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated. Oh. Jadi menurut deduction yang kita bikin, bisa jadi
was here
ya seperti yang dia bilang.
They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Karena yang kemarin yang nge-scratch pintunya itu gagal, ada kemungkinan dia bakalan balik lagi ke sini. Jadi kita akan coba buat prepare an ambush sama Lestrade. Tapi gue mau cobain spotnya dulu. Drag down.
These boots don't match the footprints.
Oh, berarti bukan footprintnya dia. Sekarang soal kotak. Harusnya sih gue nanya ke istrinya ya soal kotak itu ya. Coba deh. Let's talk again, miss. Who's Peter Smoker?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Bootsnya don't match. Nggak tahu apa. Ini si tin boxnya nih hilang juga. Ya udah, sekarang kita prepare ambush dulu sama Lestrade.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oh, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do?
What will they
Why
do?
return tonight, when they will be better prepared?
Yeah.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Terus sekarang cari tempat buat ambush kan ya? Ini apa?
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in. This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Ya, di situ aja berarti. Dia ngasih kita chances buat milih tempat bagus atau enggak ya menurut kita.
Did you hear that?
Seorang datang. Siapa?
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
Mr. Holmes?
Ya ampun, kayak gini aja lu masih ngomong kayak gitu, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes,
Aduh.
come and see what we've caught in on.
Apa? Siapa?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came
John
here
Hopley
yesterday?
Nelligan.
No, but I...
CHM.
Yes, it's just that I
Notebooknya
couldn't...
punya dia dong.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Suspek pertama kita udah dapet. Si CHN, John, bla bla bla. Siapa tadi namanya? Udah lupa, JHN aja. Sekarang tas kita adalah investigate the murder. Oke, masih ini udah komplit. Dan kita udah bisa ke Scotland Yard sekarang, atau sekarang mungkin lagi ke Scotland Yard. Evidence belum ada yang bertambah. Oke. Oh, sekarang kita ada di The Yard. Dan misi kita adalah interrogate suspect at Scotland Yard, John Hopley Nelligan. Examine on John in the evidence room. Oke, untuk part pertama mungkin sampai sini dulu aja. Apa yang akan terjadi sama si JHN? Apakah mungkin dia pembunuhnya? Gue ragu sih. Soalnya kayaknya anak kecil tuh nggak mungkin bisa deh menggunakan harpun sebesar itu. Istrinya juga kayaknya nggak mungkin deh. Nggak tahu sih. Belum. Kita harus kumpulin beberapa evidence yang lebih lagi. Jadi kita ketemu lagi di part 2. Part 1 sampai sini dulu aja. Thank you.